The dusty air in the attic hung thick and heavy, catching the single beam of light from Sarah's flashlight. Years of forgotten family history were piled in decaying cardboard boxes. It was inside one of these, beneath a stack of yellowed linens, that she found it. The porcelain doll was strangely beautiful, with golden curls framing a placid, painted face, and a dress of intricate, albeit yellowed, lace. But its glass eyes, webbed with fine cracks, held a vacant, unsettling quality. A faint, almost imperceptible smile was etched onto its lips, a detail that sent a shiver down Sarah's spine despite the stuffy heat. She brought it downstairs, setting it on a mantelpiece in the living room, an antique curiosity to break the monotony of the quiet house. The unease began subtly. The first time she found it somewhere else, she blamed her own forgetfulness. The doll, which she had distinctly left on the living room mantel, was now perched on the edge of the kitchen counter, its cracked eyes seeming to fixate on the hallway. A day later, it appeared at the foot of her staircase, its head tilted slightly, as if listening. Sarah's initial dismissal morphed into a creeping dread. Everywhere she went, she felt a phantom gaze on her back, and when she turned, the doll was always somewhere in her periphery. Its smile no longer seemed faint. It felt mocking. She tried to get rid of it, her hands trembling as she stuffed it deep into an outdoor trash bin and slammed the lid. That night, a sound from the living room woke her, heart pounding. She crept downstairs to find the doll sitting in her favorite armchair, its head now angled directly toward the doorway she was standing in. Sleep became a luxury Sarah could no longer afford. The paranoia was a constant, gnawing presence. The silence of the house more terrifying than any noise. She had to know. With shaking fingers, she propped her phone on a bookshelf, aimed its camera at the armchair where the doll sat in its usual vigil, and pressed record. She locked herself in her bedroom, huddled under the covers, waiting for a dawn that felt impossibilities away. When the first light of morning finally broke, she retrieved her phone, her thumb hovering over the playback button. The footage began with an unnervingly still image of the doll in the dim light. Minutes bled into hours of grainy nothingness. Then, just as she was about to dismiss it all as a product of her exhausted mind, it happened. In a slow, impossibly smooth motion, the doll's porcelain head turned. Its cracked glass eyes swiveled until they were staring directly into the lens, directly at her. The phone slipped from her grasp, clattering onto the floor. The image was seared into her mind. The deliberate turn, the direct, knowing stare. A wave of cold terror washed over her, so profound it left her breathless and paralyzed. Exhaustion finally claimed her. and she collapsed into a fitful, nightmare-plagued sleep. The house fell silent once more, but the stillness was different now. It was charged, heavy, with a triumphant presence. From its new vantage point on the tall wardrobe in the corner of the bedroom, the world was a cracked, distorted view. Far below, a young woman with long brown hair slept restlessly, her face a mask of fear, completely unaware of the cold glass eyes watching over her from the darkness.
Subscribe if you dare.